What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the Schecter Evil Twin, a C-1 line of theirs. It has an arched top and a double cut body. It's that kind of style, and it has some really cool features, and it looks really cool. So we'll take a closer look at it. We'll even look at the cardboard box that came in real quick. I'm not going to do an unboxing, but we'll take a look at that. What the hell? It'll be fun. This is the outer cardboard box that the guitar was in, and it came relatively bang free. You know, you get the standard one, and that's about all she got. Not bad. It was a wet day. There was plastic on it. It did get a little wet. And plenty, tons and tons of packaging paper. It was well sorted. This was ordered from Guitar Center with my money. Finally, we have the cardboard box that Schecter sent for it, and no problems, no damage, and they did their thing. It came in like the sleeve, you know how they have them all wrapped up, plenty of that, and the SUSTAINIAC has those little micro switches, and this was blocked onto it to keep the switches nice and tight themselves. So the packaging was a good deal, no problems there. Let's check out some of the basic interface features that we have with this really, really cool guitar. Volume and tone knob. The volume does volume, and that's it. The tone knob does tone, and then it does have a push-pull feature to change the voice that comes out of the FISHMAN active pickup back here. Three-way switch, very positive, very nice clicking. The two little switches you get to run the SUSTAINIAC. This is off and on, and then your three positions as you wish to do the different functions that the SUSTAINIAC has. They also equip the guitar with the Floyd Rose 1500, and some of the cool things that this Floyd Rose has is that these screws are stainless steel. The tremolo arm has a locking Allen wrench that goes in there, and that's how you adjust how stiff you like this, and then if you want it out, it just pulls out. There's no ferrules, there's no screwing in anything. It's nice, and it also feels very, very tight, like there's no wiggle in that arm. Very positive. It has a satin black finish. It's in polyurethane, has a matching headstock. I'll get a better shot of that here in a second. A white binding that goes all the way around the body, and there's a white binding that goes all the way around the neck and the headstock. Another feature that they gave the guitar that I do like a lot is it has a carousel style wheel for doing the neck adjustment, and that is so easy to get to. I just love that feature of the guitar. I wish more guitars came with that feature on it. You can also see the start of their really cool neck inlays that they did with the Roman numerals. It's like that mother of pearl or whatever. I've seen some other websites kind of say like glow in the dark, and these do not glow in the dark. There are some side markers on the side that glow in dark. I don't even think I have to get into a dark room. They work pretty good. I'll see if I can charge this one up with an LED light for just a couple seconds here. And when I pull it away, I think you can see that they glow quite brightly. Back here, the ebony fretboard. You can see the binding now coming around all over the headstock. 3/3 Grover 18-to-1 tuners. They're not locking. A little bit of a string tree, and then your Floyd Rose locking nut at the top. Flipping her around to the player's view, another look at the Grover tuners. They don't have those micro heads. These are a little bit thicker. They're nice to use. And I do like, the nice thing about 3/3 is you have more room to get your spinners in there to change strings. That's always nice. We're gonna see. The neck is maple, and it's a 7-ply with maple, walnut, maple, and then something called PADAUK. I hope I'm saying that right. And then there's 7 layers there. Back to business here where the handshake's at. You can see it's gonna feel great. There's that through maple neck into swamp ash body. And you can see right through the finish here. It has that thin polyurethane finish. I can feel the grain of the wood through it. It feels good. All of these compartments are recessed, except for where the 9 volts are at. They do stick out, and there's 2 of them, one for the active pickups, one to run the SUSTAINIAC. Through the holes of the door, I can see they have the noiseless springs installed on them. And you can also see, while we have this view here, that they give you a belly carve into it, and then the rest of the back is flat, and they carve out in here for your hand very nicely, very sculpted in there, very smooth, very nice. She has 24 stainless steel extra jumbo frets and a 12 to 16 inch compound radius on the fretboard. Shredders will love it. Very thin neck. It was equipped with an ultra thin C neck, and it really is a thin neck. I mean, visually, sometimes it's hard to see. It's really about feel. I understand that. It feels wicked thin. I am not the shredder guy, you know, like I'm more James and Kirk, you could say, but it feels very thin. It feels very fast. Like it really does inspire lead play, but it does have that compound radius, and it's really easy to chord up here, and it's very comfortable to play all around. It has a wicked thin neck, and coming into down to this handshake area is just seamless. It just feels perfect. It's just one unit. It resonates very loudly on its own. It's a very solid guitar. It's kind of a heavy guitar. I have this people person scale, and it's saying it's around 9 pounds. I've been okay with getting guitars that needed a little bit of tweaking. I knew enough about guitars to get them in. But this guitar, when I took it out of the box from Schecter, you know, it was just an unopened Schecter box, nothing needed to be done. Dialed in. Everything's really dialed in. And I didn't know if this ultra thin neck would shift around or need maintenance, but since I've had it, I've had to do nothing to it. I've never had to make an adjustment. I have enough to show you the voices that the FISHMAN FLUENCE has with the tone knob pushed in and out. Out's a little more like rhythm, pushed in, it gives it a little more extra push. And even though I'm on a clean channel, this FISHMAN FLUENCE modern pickup really shoves a lot of gain out of it. This guitar really is set up for like rock and metal, getting clean tones out of it. Even with the neck pickup, there's just so many other choices. So we'll have the pickup selector, picking the FLUENCE up completely, volume all the way on. We'll have the tone knob turned back a little bit, and then we'll start with it out with like more of like the rhythm side of it. 3 or 4 of my other guitars have the EMG 81 in the bridge, and some have the 85 in the neck. And I love that pickup, playing the rock and the metal. It gives a sound I love. I don't usually use a lot of pedals. I plug into the amp and I try to drive it to get the sound. I love these. If you're coming from EMG 81s, you're really gonna like it. I think it pushes it really hard. I'm not exactly sure how it's dancing with pedals, but if you're just shoving it right into the front end of an amp, you're gonna get a really good, crunchy, metal, rocky tone out of it. We also have the SUSTAINIAC in the neck, and that's a really neat feature. When we have it in the first position and we turn it on, it essentially just becomes an EBow. And you can when we have the SUSTAINIAC in the middle position, it starts trying to like vibrate the the harmonics of the string, and so it sends up that feedback sound, and it gives you the feeling that you're in a huge, vibrant, loud room when the amp's able to shake the guitar and create the feedback. This kind of lets you do it in a quiet room or a studio atmosphere. Or maybe you're away from your gear, kicking your buddy around on the other side of the stage, and this gives you an easy way to do that. In the third position, it seems to be the most aggressive, looking for the harmonics and looking for feedback. The fit, the finish, and the feel of this guitar is exceptional. It truly is a professional grade quality guitar. And what does anybody really mean by that? Well, I guess a lot of people. It could mean many things. One of the things I really like about it is that it's built to be worked on. The stainless steel is meant to have tons and tons of string changes. The carousel wheel for neck changes is built for a guy that's on the road, changing his environments constantly and might have to have something tweaked in. This guitar is ready to be worked on quickly, and to be dialed in at any moment. And that's the beauty of this guitar among the looks of it. I mean, if you're not into black guitars and metal guitars, I don't think this is up your alley. I mean, this thing is just on fire. I mean, it's fun to play, and I love that back. I mean, that's just gorgeous, the way that neck comes through, seeing everything. I mean, I think it's really cool, and I think it offsets that color, the binding. I think that looks just tremendous. I love the inlays. It's cool to have something that's like a custom or a signature looking guitar, but it's not, it's like it's still kind of your guitar. It doesn't have anybody else's name on it. It's ready for you to slay the notes out of it and create your own signature guitar out of it. I mean, this is a really cool looking, really fun, really beautiful feeling, very thin neck, fast, easy to chord down here, a lot of fun to play. SUSTAINIAC, I mean, turn it on, bang, go to the moon. The FISHMAN FLUENCE, like I said, if you're an EMG 81 active pickup guy, you are gonna love that. I think it gives you some pushing. That tone knob is allowing for 2 different voices out of that. It's really cool. It's not tap coil, it's not split coil, it's 2 different voices coming out of it. It's just really different. Really not a lot of complaints. The Guitar Centers and the Sweetwaters of the world, when I checked today, have these around $1,300 and change, and whatever that would come to finally get it to your doorstep. These C1s coming from Schecter really do feel great. They feel like a very high grade guitar, something that a hobbyist guitarist, an intermediate guitarist, and a gigging guitarist is really going to be at home with this. Just take your career anywhere you want it. You would be fine in the bedroom, and I think you would be fine on a big concert stage too that we all want to be at. Thanks for checking out the Schecter Evil Twin with me. If you had any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Maybe I can answer them. Until next time, later on, rock stars.